Welcome back for another Blender therapy. In this one, I'm gonna show you how to model and render this sci-fi dreamscape and how to use render passes to post-process our render. Welcome to Blender Therapy, where 3D meets serenity. Let's get started. First of all, I created a landscape using Landscape ANT. It is a free add-on you can use. Select the preset Dunes. Set the subdivisions X and Y to 500 and reduce the noise scale to 0.25. Then set the dimensions to your liking. And don't forget to shade smooth and add a subdivision surface. Next, we're going to set up our camera. Check camera out of view and position it to your liking. Also, don't forget to set the clip end to a huge value. If you want to modify a landscape, go to the side panel and then choose Create and then choose the values to your liking. Those are the values that I'll be going for. You can also play with the focal length of the camera, depending on the effect you want to achieve. Next, we're going to set up the sky with a simple sky texture. The Nishita presets works just fine. We're just going to tweak the sun elevation and rotation, as well as the air, dust, and ozone value. Set the strength to 0.1 and the sun intensity to 2. Next, I'll be using True Terrain to add a material to it, but later in the video, you'll see that I'll be using another material from Blender Kit. Next, we're going to create a cube to create our sci-fi corridor. Delete the front face and then position it so we can see it in the camera view. Then select all faces in the edit mode, press Alt-N and then click on Flip, so the normals are facing inwards. I've also scaled down the landscape on the Z-axis and duplicated it with Alt-D so it seems more infinite. I've also bumped up the alpha threshold value to 1 in the camera passe-partout. The next few minutes are sped up because those are all about just modeling. I'm using box cutter, hard ops, and a lot of nice add-ons. I'm gonna make a lot more videos more on that. As you can see, the tools that I'm using the most are extruding, insetting, etc., and repeating the process to create more interesting shapes. You gotta keep a good balance between not too much details and too much details because the textures are gonna add up a lot to it. As you can see, I really like adding cables. I'm using Cable Raider for this. I'm also using decals for UI interfaces. Good, so when I was done with the modeling of the Sci-fi corridor, I started to change the texture of the desert. The next part was selecting all the passes we wanted, in order to have more control in the post-process phase. We could make the compositing all inside Blender, but since we're gonna add a planet to the background, we're gonna make it in Photoshop. So jumping to the Compositing tab, you can set up the nodes that you see on screen. Basically, the file output is the output that we want with the combined image. So we want the image, the mist, the environment, and the emission. Then pressing on N, we're gonna select the file format. We need OpenEXR multi-layer. So all the passes that we want will be layered inside one EXR file. Next, you can select the destination folder, and then we press F12 to render. You will need the OpenEXR image reader for Photoshop. It is free and the link is in the description. Next, double-click on the EXR file and open it with Photoshop. You will be prompted with that screen. Just click on Open and then Photoshop will open up. First thing I did in Photoshop was play around with the volume so we can see the sunbeams a little bit more. And then I jumped to another blend project. I didn't come up with this. Shout out to Alaskan FX. You can find the link in the description. Just tweak the colors to your liking, and then let's just render. I rendered the image in 4K, and in film, you can choose transparent because we don't need the background. Save the image and import it into Photoshop. Next, I created a mask using the environment pass. Then you just need to position the planet and then make it blend with the whole image. Then I just had fun playing with all the other render passes. I've played with the color balance, and I've also added a color lookup to it. Alright, so here's what I came up with. So we hope you've enjoyed this video. I just wanted to let you know that Blender Therapy is going to be a series of ours, so there's going to be a lot more episodes to it. Feel free to leave comment in the description below of what you'd like to see videos of, let's say like modeling, rendering, render passes, or whatever you guys would like to have some tutorials about. So if you've liked this video, please comment, subscribe, and like it. And I'll see you in the next one. So take care and happy blending.